Welcome to Real Estate U with Lettiann.
Welcome back. Season 3, folks. Real Estate U with Lettiann here, our podcast series. And I'm fortunate to be with Trish Reedy today. Sorry, tongue twister. She is a mortgage broker with Trusted Lending Center right here in the Kansas City metropolitan area.
I am.
Welcome back, Trish.
Thank you for having me. This
Awesome.
is fun.
We've normally seen each other on Zoom for the past 5 months, so it's great to see you in person.
Absolutely.
And glad you're back. So we were talking mortgage lending in the previous episode with Trish. And of course, so many people have questions about mortgage rates, how the pandemic has affected mortgage rates and the mortgage industry, as well as the real estate industry. And let's just do a little recap on that. Let's just recap on who do they call for mortgage advice, Trish?
They need to call me.
Right.
Trish Reedy. TrishReedy.com.
Information. TrishReedy.com.
TrishReedy.com.
It's on the screen, folks.
Absolutely.
Dial it in. Send her a message on any one of her social media platforms.
Text me. Did you know I'm a lender that you can actually text?
Love that.
Yeah.
So we had talked about kind of the pitfalls of going on to an online lending service where you simply plug in your information that you believe to be true. And I don't mean that in any bad way, but we often think, I think I made, X amount last year, put that in. I think when in actuality, the figures and facts and your tax returns might be a little bit different. Plus, there's so many more questions that a local lender would want to know about you. So that person can really dial in the appropriate loan, the appropriate loan type, the appropriate down payment, because there's a lot of different factors that go in.
There's so many different factors.
It's not just the rate. It's not just how much do I put down.
It's not just the fees. Most people think I got to get the best interest rate possible, but there's so many other things that go into it. You may pay 2%, but what does that really mean for everything else? Is that really the best long-term solution?
Yeah.
Is it the best 5-year solution? I mean, we need to know how long you plan to be in this loan to really design the right loan program for you.
And it's almost like finding the right house for a person or a couple or a family or a growing family or a downsizing family. I mean, if you don't ask questions, and computers don't ask questions, although they're great, love the internet.
Absolutely.
But if you're simply filling out a form, not speaking with anyone, it's really hard to dial in what's best for you, the consumer, when getting a loan for your...
And here's the thing. We have a very nice combination of doing things online digitally to make it easy and convenient, and we have the human factor.
So tell us about the online and convenient.
Yeah, so we will do all of your loan disclosures. Almost everything is completely online.
Including sending...
your application, your disclosures, sending
return?
me your taxes, sending me your pay stubs, sending me your bank statements. I mean, when I need your driver's license to disclose your loan, I have to make sure you're you, right? Because of the Patriot Act, you can text that to me if that's how you prefer to do it.
Take a picture of you, take a picture of the thing.
Right. But I do want to talk to you because I'm a real person. I know you're a real person, and we want to make sure that we're getting you the best product.
So for local lenders, when I always strongly suggest, because let the consumer do whatever they want to do, because that's their way of doing it.
Let's just have them be informed when they make that decision.
I suggest to please contact local lenders, and they'll go, oh, well, all that lender's in Lenexa, and the lender's in Overland Park, and these are all places in the Kansas City metropolitan area. But our family lives in Blue Springs, and that's a long drive every day to go talk to them. No, you can submit everything online, speak to Trish in person, do a Zoom, but Trish is there for you.
Absolutely.
So it's almost like ordering a custom meal. If you're on a specific diet, you need to really let them know.
Keto might be right for you. It might not.
Might not. Better talk to someone.
Yeah.
So
someone that knows. Right. You don't necessarily want your realtor telling you what's the best diet for you.
Well, that's what I used to tell my son. And like, honey, don't ask the guy next to you in the 8th grade locker room. He doesn't know squat.
No.
Ask your mother.
Yeah.
She'll shoot straight. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
Right.
So let's talk about, we're talking about the right loan for the right situation. Mm-hmm. We were really dialing it in. Let's talk about the loan types. Just start rattling off some of the different loan types, which there are probably 15.
Oh gosh, there's so many. The most common, conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, jumbo. A jumbo loan is anything When you borrow more than $510,400 currently, that amount will change at some point again. Anything over 510 is going to be a jumbo.
That's their loan rate.
Their loan amount.
So they could buy a $700,000 house, put 100 and some down, and now they could just get right under that number by $1, and you're in conventional time.
Yeah. And gosh, during the pandemic, getting a jumbo loan was very difficult.
I heard that some people just shut that door.
Yeah.
No jumbos.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that?
They're riskier.
Are they opening that door back up? A lot of
not yet, but it's still early. We'll see.
So
by the time this officially airs, it could be totally different. Because stuff is changing every day. And this spring, when things first started shutting down, we were getting new guidelines on our loans all the time. Things would change on appraisals. We have gotten so many more appraisal waivers, meaning that the actual appraiser, the human that does the appraisal report, did not have to actually physically go into the property.
They call it a desk appraisal?
Yep.
But it's actually, they sign a waiver?
It's called an appraisal waiver. I'm waiving my right to have the appraisal done.
That's the lender saying that?
Yep. Well, the borrower would say that. The lender says, this is acceptable. We will not require you to have an actual appraisal.
Oh, wow.
In some situations.
How do you feel about that as a lender?
Cool. Saves the borrower $500. That's great.
Even if it's a ludicrous amount, they
if it is a ludicrous amount, it won't go through.
Okay. So they do desk appraisal it like a real estate agent would do for a market analysis of your home. If you're curious about the price of your home, I welcome the opportunity to. People don't know what equity they have in their house either.
No, gosh, home values have gone up so much.
I'm going down a squirrel hole or rabbit hole over here.
And I hear people all the time, God, really would love to upgrade, get that next level, but when I sell my house, I'm going to sell it for more money, but then I have to pay more on the next one. But you know what's great? Mortgage rates have gone down so much. You may be paying more on that new house.
Talk to a professional.
But your payment's going to be the same or less.
Most people don't know what equity they have in their house.
Not at all.
Because you need to know the
Zillow
value.
Says,
help us. God help us all with Zillow. Your Zestimate is not actual, folks. I mean, I know
have you ever gone into how Zillow makes money?
Tell us. I
don't
want to go down
sell
the Zillow.
your
I'm already
information.
starting to sweat because of the Z word.
You, the consumer, you put in information saying, I'm interested in seeing this house. I want information about a loan. They sell that information to realtors and lenders. That's how some people build their business.
It's wickedly sneaky. And there's more sneaky things going on. I don't want the Zillow sword coming down on me. But
one of the great things, there is now Zillow Mortgage. And they're here in town. Did you know that? They're here in Kansas City. One of their top-ranking employees used me for a mortgage loan. Interesting, huh?
Yeah. Okay. That's a whole nother episode
story,
about Zillow. Yeah. But don't put all your chips in the Zestimate basket if you're looking at your Zestimate on Zillow.
Talk to a full-time realtor.
Oh God, please. And we say full-time, folks, because the part-time hobbyists, especially now with your biggest asset in the crazy world of pandemic and things, there's so much going on in this world that if you don't know what's going on, please don't enlist.
There are no dumb questions. I have been asked everything.
But don't enlist a hobbyist who doesn't know what they're talking about.
And don't be afraid to ask.
Right.
Because we have seen everything from your finances being fantastic to not needing a loan to the complete other end where you owe a jillion of dollars to everybody that you've never paid back and you want to borrow money. I've seen it all. And I know when it comes to actual properties, you've seen it all.
And there's
no need
questions.
to be embarrassed.
Right. Yeah.
We don't judge.
I encourage questions. My dad used to call me the queen of questions. So
I believe that about you.
I'm cool with it. I'm not kidding. He always say, honey, it never hurts to ask. I'd be like, that. So people are like, I have another question. This is my last question. I said, I hope it's not your last question.
Bring it on.
Because we're not even at the closing table yet.
There will be questions.
I love questions. Yeah. I mean, how are they going to learn? How are they going to know?
Yeah.
And I don't want them staying awake at night.
Yeah, no. When they could have just asked me and I could have given them a quick answer.
Boom.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
Let's talk about credit. A lot of people are worried about their credit score. A lot of people have a lot of debt, maybe credit card debt. But then there's a flip to that. There's some, folks of all ages paying cash for everything now.
Gosh.
And now they have no credit.
Yes.
So credit's important.
Yeah.
But just take a deep breath. It's all going to work out.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I would totally agree.
You can get on a plan. It's kind of like a diet or keto or whatever you're doing. What was that? 1 meal a day? One meal. Yeah.
Yeah.
OMAD. But
So a lot of times
Yes,
I will have
thank
Dave Ramsey fanatics come to me. And, hey, I've really been doing this. I've been doing the envelope system. We're paying cash for everything. We're feeling really good. That's fantastic. It's really good for your actual financial life. But when you need to buy a house, want to buy a house, you probably don't have enough actual cash saved for that, right? And so you need a mortgage loan. But if you've been only using cash, haven't been using any credit, you're probably not going to be able to be approved for a mortgage loan because you don't have credit.
It's so sad to see their face, but I'll tell you, it's okay. I'll say
it is okay.
It's okay.
It's fixable.
It's totally fixable.
Yeah.
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 Because we don't want to squelch that awesome feeling of that hard work.
No. Pay off the debt.
Right.
Just keep the credit card open.
For gas.
Use it. Put a
grocery
tank of
store.
gas. Pay it off. Go to the grocery store. Pay it off.
You don't have to do it like go buy a car with it. Just use it, pay it off. Use it, pay it off.
Yes.
So 3 months. If let's say someone has a really low, like no credit score. So what's your advice to them?
Call me. And if I can't help you,
screen.
I will refer you to a credit repair person that can help you. If you have no credit, one of the best ways to start is by being an authorized user on mom or dad's account. If they have a long credit history with good payments, be an authorized user. It's not going to help you forever,
That's scary.
but it will allow you to get a little bit of credit established so that you can then go get something in your own name.
Just tell them they have a $25 limit.
Right. You don't have to actually give them the card, mom and dad.
Oh.
Just put them on as user.
Oh.
Yeah,
Whoa, what? And that helps their
sneaky,
score?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Right.
Say that
But-
again. Can you say that again?
Okay, so
Okay.
mom and dad, if you want to
Someone
set up
just
your
graduated
kids,
college or something.
yes. And I have a high school math teacher, a Blue Valley math teacher that I'm working with, and she was asking me this just this week. I want to set up my kids for success, and it's great. She's actually thinking about these things.
Yeah.
So she said, should I put my kids as an authorized user on my credit card? I said, absolutely, because then they're going to start that credit history. And really, we know it's mom and dad paying, but the credit bureaus don't know that because they show as an
That's
authorized
like
user.
a sneaky back end
It
type
is.
thing.
And it's not going to work forever,
I love
right?
it.
You don't even have to give your kids the card. You just show them as an authorized user. It reports to the bureaus on their behalf. Now,
That's genius.
eventually, they need to get their own card, right? And they need to show you, mom and dad, that they can use it responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
But the longer their history is, if you start this when they're 18, by the time they're 25 and they're ready to actually buy a house, they'll be in a good situation. The catch is you have to actually talk to them about money. Now, this could be a whole other episode.
That's a whole
A
nother
whole
story.
other episode. But, I never knew growing up how much money my parents made. I never knew if we were struggling or if we had a lot. And
But you were happy.
we were happy. Yeah.
That's all
But
that
here's
matters.
the thing. I went into a ton of credit card debt in college because I kept living the same lifestyle because we never talked about it.
Gotcha.
It doesn't need to be a secret. Doesn't need to be a secret.
But they have, if one is attending a college or university, they do have student credit cards now. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Which is beautiful. There's this, again, geared towards, as long
students.
yeah, it's specifically for them with certain parameters.
Yep.
So
Now, here's the flip side of being an authorized user. If you are an authorized user, student, child, young adult, if you're the authorized user and mom or dad is not making their payments, it's going to affect you too.
ouch.
I actually had that happen. I'm refinancing someone, and she didn't know that she was an authorized user on mom's 4 credit cards that mom had been late on for months. So her credit tanked. Now, super easy to fix. She calls and says, hey, I'm an authorized user. I don't want to be take me off. They took her off. Doesn't report her anymore. She's
Okay.
fine.
Sometimes you forget that you did that.
Right.
So again, another huge reason, and there's like hundreds of reasons why just filling out a form online to some online mortgage company to simply find out if you can get approved for a loan is not the way to go. They practically approve everyone. But then when it really comes go time and you find out,
Well, and here's the other piece.
why
If you're
get a
buying
surprise
a house,
when you can know it doesn't cost you any money to go
Right.
to call Trish, call a local lender,
I'll buy the coffee when we meet. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. So
have a virtual coffee if need be.
right.
You'll meet people.
And
where
here's the thing, with the kind of seller's market that we've had lately, the good houses, I mean, this is really more your department than mine. The good houses are going fast. They're
we
going
have
for
to define
over-asking.
have to define good, but
Sure.
you know what I mean, because they're all good, folks. All houses are good.
They're going fast. They're going over-asking. And there may be 20 offers.
And if you're not there in the first hour, well,
Right. But you have to figure out how to set yourself apart. If you have a pre-approval from big name mortgage company online that you've seen their ads for flying to the moon,
never spoke to anyone.
the listing agent knows, they have this experience, they know, that may not be an actual legit pre-approval. I have had lots of my clients' offers accepted because I was listed as their pre-approval. I have a relationship with the real estate agents because I am here in town, and they say, I've worked with Trish, I know she can get this closed. If she says they're pre-approved, we know we're good.
There's a lot to be said about that. And even if there's a hiccup that comes along, if those real estate agents know you, you know the lender, they're going to go, she's going to go to bat, and whatever needs taken care of, she's going to get it done.
Right.
Or she's going to do everything she can. Now,
and I'm going to communicate through the process.
You can't help a job loss or life circumstances or things like that, which is terribly unfortunate that's happening as well. So this is some great stuff, Trish.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if we have any questions. So everything is, I hate to say everything's fixable, but if I always encourage people to do your homework. Well, no, we're not planning to buy a house for a couple of years.
It is never too soon to get pre-approved.
Just do your homework.
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. And why would you want to find out in 18 months only to have to fix a hiccup?
That maybe takes 18 months to fix if you would have gotten pre-approved right away.
Why don't you just check it out now?
Yeah, doesn't hurt.
Even when people are buying houses, I encourage them, go on parades, see what you like.
Right.
Oh, no, we're not buying anything. I understand, but it doesn't hurt to go say, you know what, I'm not in it. I don't want to walk out basement because we have little kids, or, our teenagers will invite their friends in.
It's going to make the process so much simpler if you know. If you have some knowledge, know what you like, know what you don't like, know what's important to you about your loan or what isn't important to you.
And I think it'll create less anxiety when it's go time.
There's so much anxiety already. This is such a big decision.
Yeah.
Such a big decision.
It's a roller coaster ride of stress and emotion to purchase a home. And, who you hire matters.
It does.
I always hashtag who you hire matters, who you work with matters. Come on. You guys, this is your biggest asset. You'll likely never own anything more expensive than your real estate property or your property. Do you really want to jack around with someone you don't even know? Because it takes a team, your real estate professional to see you through the 56 hurdles of purchasing a home. Then you have your lender. You need to feel good and comfortable with all of these people.
We really get into your dirty sock drawer. Which we find everything about your financial situation.
Let's be clear that you don't share that with anyone.
Oh gosh, no.
You don't even.
I don't even tell the realtors.
Right.
No.
That's your business. It's just like whatever happens here as a client is kept confidential. Same goes with the lender, and that's not even shared between this part.
But
here.
The more that you share with me up front, the more I can help you to figure out how we navigate around this.
And less surprises at the closing table or what have you.
If you had a bankruptcy 5 years ago, that's life, right? Just tell me about it because we can find a way to work around it. If it happens to be a surprise the day before closing, that can be a problem.
And if you're pre-approved, under contract, found that next house of your dreams, don't go buy a new car.
Oh gosh,
so there's a lot of good advice that you may or may not know if you're just simply going online to secure to secure something.
Right.
So anyway, this has been great. We could talk probably for another 2 hours.
You have me back anytime.
Yay!
Yeah.
Trish, thank you so much. So Trish Reedy, folks, Trusted Lending Center, a mortgage broker right here in the Kansas City metropolitan area. Please follow Trish on her socials. It's Trish Reedy, Reedy. It's right here on the screen. And we thank you so much for watching today. We'll see you on the next episode.